What's going on YouTube, TikTok, social media? Today we're going to talk about 5 bad financial advice. Now, some people on TikTok or other influencers give these advice, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's very bad. Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a guy that spends ungodly amount of time studying about finances and researching. And I find that a lot of people overcomplicate it or try to do these schemes to try to get you to do what they do to become rich. At the end of the day, a lot of these people are financial gurus or scammers and trying to get you to buy a course. Now, what is the first financial advice that I see? Refinance your house to pay down credit card debt. This is horrible. This can be a bad idea as it converts unsecured debt to secured debt, which means if you fail to make payments, the lender can take your collateral and satisfies the debt. At the end of the day, the first thing you need to do is fix your issue with spending money. There's a reason why you're in debt, and there's a reason why it's not going so well. So you need to first fix your bad habits and your bad situation. Maybe you need to make more money, or maybe you just need to stop spending so much money. Now, the second bad financial advice I see people give is out of touch advice. And here's the advice that I hear a lot: buy 30 houses before the age of 30 so you can be financially rich. At the end of the day, that's out of touch and promise you to make $400,000 a year. At the end of the day, it is putting yourself in a bad situation. I don't recommend you to put yourself in that situation. 30 houses, the risk and reward is a big problem. I'll give you an example. You got 30 houses, and each one of the houses is paying you $300 in profit. Sounds good on paper, but most houses that I've seen and I rented out barely breaks even or very little profit. So I make about $500 a month, but things come up. AC goes out, a roof needs to be replaced, things break. And even if you conservative and do a 2% rule, it might not be enough. Or you rent, or you don't get a renter in there in time and it's vacant for 6 months. And with 30 houses, the likelihood of multiple houses being vacant is going to be high. At the end of the day, they only talk about the good side of things. And this is why I say, hey, this is out of touch financial advice. Now, the next one, number 3, is pursuing a higher education without an objective. Why do I say it like this? Higher education doesn't always mean more money, doesn't mean more pay. You have to have a ROI whenever you receive an education. Engineering is a good one, nursing is a good one, but at some point, getting a PhD does not increase your salary that much. So it's all about getting an ROI on your investment. Now, some people say, hey, go ahead, get the $300,000 art degree and get a PhD. Do you know how much a PhD in art pays? The national average for someone with a PhD in art is $77,000. That's gonna set you back. You're probably gonna be in debt $200,000 and only make $77,000 a year. So you have to do your due diligence. Now, some art professor salary average around 84,000, but with the cost of getting a PhD, being roughly around $98,000, or if you add cost of living, 198,000 to 396,000, the ROI is not there, and you'll be taking forever to pay it off. So getting a higher education doesn't always mean good. Number 4, max out your 401k and withdraw the money. This can lead into loss of potential earning if you don't keep up in your savings. Here's the thing. Yes, maxing out your 401k is a great thing if you can afford it. At the end of the day, maxing out anything like your 401k, your Roth, if you can afford it, great, you can. But most people cannot afford it, and they're going to be withdrawn from the saving and eventually withdraw from the 401k. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to get hit with the 10% penalty fee and the taxes for that. So, yes, maxing out your 401k is a good idea, but if you can afford it comfortably and not worry about the money. At the end of the day, putting your money in a 401k is a great idea, but maxing it out just to max out is not good financial advice because you need money to live off of. And number 5, living with being in debt. At the end of the day, it's important to save consistently and have an emergency fund to avoid being burdened in debt. This is where I gotta tell you, you're living above your means. At the end of the day, your debt should be going down every month if you are in debt. That means you're living below your means. Now, if your debt keeps going up, that means you're living above your means. Pretty simple math. And some people says, hey, fund your luxury lifestyle with credit cards and everything else and file bankruptcy. That's wrong. That could get you in trouble. At the end of the day, if you're going to go on fancy vacation, be able to afford it and don't live off of credit cards. Don't live off of debt. And those are the 5 financial advice that I see people go wrong on. And at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like and subscribe to my video. It really does help with the algorithm. And to sum it up, everyone has different financial journey, and I'm just here to try to help you find a way that you can build wealth without getting yourself in a bad situation. So don't listen to every single financial guru. Listen to the advice that actually get people rich.